This show's brought to you by
ADNOC L&S awarded an artificial island contract, and the IMF expects Saudi growth to slow to 2.1%. You're watching the Daily Brief with Forbes. I'm Ramia Faraj. ADNOC Offshore has awarded ADNOC Logistics and Services a $975 million construction contract for an artificial island. The island is for the Lower Zakum offshore field. As part of ADNOC's in-country value program, at least 75% of the total contract value for dredging, land reclamation, and marine construction will flow back into the UAE economy. Providing engineering, procurement, and construction services is a new offering by ADNOC L&S. It expects the regional EPC market to grow substantially in the years ahead. The UAE Central Bank's balance sheet has reached its largest level in its history, surpassing $161.72 billion by the end of March. The bank says its balance sheet grew by 5.3% in March compared to February. The bank's balance sheet rose year on year by 15.2%, from about $140.43 billion in March 2022 to $151.1 billion in December 2022. Since the beginning of this year, its balance sheet has increased by 7.05%. The IMF says Saudi's decision to cut oil production could lead to a decline in total real growth of its economy to 2.1% this year. But the IMF expects Saudi's non-oil sector to retain its strong pace and grow 5% in 2023. It says Saudi was the fastest growing G20 economy last year, with overall growth of 8.7% thanks to oil production and 4.8% growth in non-oil GDP. The IMF predicts inflation will decline further, with the average CPI reaching 2.8% this year. Saudi-backed U.S. luxury EV maker Lucid Group says it will sell imported cars in China while also considering local production in the country. Lucid last week said it planned to raise about $3 billion through a stock offering, nearly two-thirds of which will come from Saudi's public investment fund. Lucid says that funding will help it bring its EVs to users globally. Lucid, like its peers, is battling losses amid recession fears and a price war sparked by market leader Tesla. Merit Peak, an offshore trading company controlled by Binance CEO Changpeng Zhao, received $11 billion of client assets through a Seychelles-based firm that was set up to take customer deposits. That's according to the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission's filing, which asks a U.S. court to freeze Binance's U.S. assets. In its 13 charges, the SEC alleges that Binance and Zhao used Merit Peak and Sigma Chain, another trading firm controlled by Zhao, to merge corporate funds with client assets and to use the funds as they pleased. UBS is delaying the release of its quarterly results as it completes its acquisition of fallen rival Credit Suisse. Switzerland's biggest bank will publish the results on August 31st instead of the initially planned July 25th. UBS plans to complete its acquisition of Credit Suisse on June 12th after agreeing to buy the troubled lender for $3.25 billion in a deal hastily arranged by Swiss authorities in March. UBS says it expects a $35 billion boost from the acquisition. Qatari banker Sheikh Jassim bin Hamad Al Thani has submitted an improved fifth and final bid for Man United, and he set Friday as the deadline for an answer. His fourth bid for the club was for $6.2 billion. Sheikh Jassim's final offer remains for 100% control of the Premier League club. British billionaire Jim Ratcliffe is his bidding rival, as the pair are the lead contenders to buy Man United. Ratcliffe reportedly wants to purchase a controlling stake of more than 50%. And the suspense is over. Lionel Messi is not joining the Saudi Soccer League. He is joining Major League Soccer side Inter Miami as a free agent. It comes despite a lucrative $400 million contract offer in Saudi. Messi played his final game for Paris Saint-Germain over the weekend, but he says he's decided to go to Miami. Messi says he hasn't closed the deal 100%, but it will go ahead. I'm Ramia Faraj. This is the Daily Brief. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.
This show's brought to you by